My name is Pierre Morton. I am the Chief Diversity Officer here at Franklin Pierce University, and I've been here for a little over 3 years. I was promoted into this position during a pretty difficult time for the world and for academia in general. It was the time of, the pandemic had just begun. We had what some people are calling racial reckoning. Then I call it a racial awareness, where people suddenly became aware of how others were treated in this world because they were stuck in their homes and they had nothing else to do but to watch the news. My primary impact on this campus over the last year and a half has been in giving a platform for students to have their voices heard. Students have their voices, but I'm not sure if administration has had the opportunity or the will to actually hear those voices.
My name is Ryan Noham Praberji. I'm a senior and my ethnicity is African American, but my parents are from Haiti. So it's kind of funny. I always knew about ALANA to an extent because I had people that were involved, but my first time ever going to an event for ALANA is when I actually joined it, to be honest with you. I think we were having like a meeting or something like that in Spag. And I just popped into there, and Flo was there. She was like, "Ryan, you're at my event?" I was like, "Flo, yeah." And then, it kind of just kicked off from there. I mean, I always wanted to join it, but I never knew like how it was staffed and like who was a part of it. Because like, I'm not someone that can really like go up to people and like, "Oh, how are you doing?" Da, da, da. I'm someone that like, if I go to a meeting and then I meet people, then I don't like continue to talk to them. At least here, I know that everyone kind of has the same agenda. Like, yeah, we're here. We have a group. This is what we stand for. And we'll all invest whatever it takes to make that happen. But I mean, if I was just by myself or me and just like a couple other kids, we probably wouldn't get the recognition we have.
My name's Kusumariel, and I am a freshman. And I'm from Nepal. I was born in Nepal, and my whole family is Nepali, so my ethnicity would be South Asian. I actually heard about ALANA outside of Franklin Pierce, which was wild, because I went to my mom's business, she's a local business owner in Keene, New Hampshire, and I was just expressing my concerns, or not concerns, but I was just like, wow, I low-key kind of feel alone because everyone, around me was just talking about experiences of life that I didn't experience. And so one of the ALANA members, her name is Lonnie, she was hearing this and she was like, "Girl, where have you been? We have ALANA." So she introduced me to ALANA, and then I started speaking with Flo, and she was like, "All right, let's start it up right now."
My name is Flores Beth Joseph, and I'm the graduate assistant for the Student Advocacy Office. I'm also the advisor for ALANA. Part of ALANA's mission statement is to make space and be a resource for students of color on campus. It's also an organization that they can make it into whatever they need it to be, from building a sense of community, like having a movie night, or even to go off campus and meet with Keene State's Multicultural Club. They can also create their own events on campus. This is beneficial because we are in a predominantly white institution, and it makes room for students of color to voice their needs, but also to understand that they're not alone in this. And there's just so much support from everywhere on campus, like from other students to President Mooney. So we definitely have a lot of support.
ALANA is really the most critical space for students to have a place where they can be themselves, and where they can be themselves with each other, and where they can organize. Because ALANA is not a club. ALANA is an organization of the university. The university said, this is going to be a staple part of our fabric. Because ALANA means African American, Latin American, Native American, Asian American, and allies.
In my past, I've went through situations where I was that person that was like, all right, worry about yourself, isolate yourself. You already know like you're in that environment where people don't really like you. I'm happy that ALANA was created for people to be themselves. and be comfortable in who they are. Because that issue is like, oh, everybody says this, everybody says that. But until you're someone that's in those shoes, I feel like you don't really understand it.
ALANA helped me just like feel okay with who I am. You know what I mean? So like whenever I like come talk to like a bunch of white people, they're like, whoa, like you don't have an accent. And it's like, yeah, I don't. I mean, like I know I sound American, you know, I sound like not what I look like. And so coming into ALANA, like I'm able to just be able to come in and talk and not have my experience of life judged. I've been doing henna since I was like 8 years old. So I came over to New Hampshire and it was just like nobody knew about henna. Like the place that did have it, there was a little bit of whitewashing culture to it too. So I was just like, you know, coming to Franklin Pierce was kind of an opportunity to kind of share my knowledge to everyone, but also like the support going into the event. Like it was so amazing to have like the ALANA girls there and plus Dean Marcy to bring up something, like I'm gonna be real here, like to bring up something that's racial and ethnic, even though we cherish it here. Like the only reason why we cherish it here is because of the DEI. If not, like it would just be overlooked. It would just be another event. So like I think ALANA coming to the table and being like, you know what, like let's do this together and let's just like embrace one another through this event. It brings a lot more passion to it. I don't know, I felt right at home. I felt comfortable, I felt safe.
The Coretta Scott King and Martin Luther King Service Awards. Well, this is something that this university, to its credit, has been doing every year for about 10 or 11 years now. And it takes the concepts and the philosophies that Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King espoused during their life and beyond, and celebrates them in the actions and attitudes and service opportunities that our students do, right? And so we have a number of students who we honor every single year who have displayed even the smallest demonstration of what a beloved community means. And a beloved community is really a 6-point concept of nonviolence and how we are to engage as Black and Brown people with one another and in the world, and the ability to fight inequities with equitable behavior.
The award ceremony is significant because we don't want students to feel like we don't see what they're doing. We also want other people to see all the hard work that they've done throughout the year. And it's also just encouraging them to keep going.
That event was actually pretty cool. Like, I mean, I've always done like stuff like that, but I never like got recognized because I don't really like care to get recognized. Like I just do what I do and that's how I like live my life. Like it's all cool, fun and games until you're actually up there and you're like, ooh. But besides that, everything else was perfect. I'm happy I was nominated. To me personally, it just means a lot in the sense that the event wasn't really focused on individual people. It was more focused on like the group itself. And that's what like made me happy about it.
It was my first Martin Luther King Coretta Scott Award. I didn't know how to feel about it. It was just weird being like celebrated in a sense for like doing what I need to do. I don't know, it's an honor. It was a privilege, but like I was like, I haven't done enough to be deserving this. But it was nice because it gave me a little bit of motivation to be like, this is just an award, but hold that award with you and like fulfill what you want to fulfill with that award's like label. ALANA is a safe space on campus for not only people of color, but everybody, honestly. Like the reason why I absolutely love ALANA and I want to continue being in ALANA is not just because it's a safe space for me, but it's a safe space for conversation. I feel like we get a lot done by just sitting down, talking and listening to one another. And it was just a nice space to kind of like not have anxiety and kind of just be together.
For me, I've had a great time so far. I can't say that I've been in any situation where I felt like I wasn't included or like kind of cliquey and people were doing that. So like, I feel like it's a good place for like, if you feel that you want to be comfortable in yourself and like be around people that aren't going to do like judging and stuff like that, it's a great place for you.